Do you yell at your child and then feel guilty about it later? Do you have anger management issues? Or do you think you have control over your anger? Or do you think anger is having control over you? Hello everyone, my name is Apurva and I'm back with yet another episode, and today I'm going to share with you top 10 tips to control your anger towards your kids. Now, I know that we all know that yelling is a form of violence, and being angry really doesn't help others or really doesn't help our kids develop those skills which we are expecting them to. So now today we are going to take a look at those top 10 tips which I'm going to share with you, and let's get started. Let me share my screen. Okay, so today we are going to look at top 10 tips to manage your anger. Now let me just minimize this. Okay, fine. Now first of all, why do you think you need to manage your anger? The number one is to model the behavior that you want your child to exhibit, isn't it? You want your child to model a behavior of calm, composed nature, isn't it? And if we keep on getting angry, guess what? That is what even the kid is going to learn from you. That is what even the kid is going to model. So in order to model that behavior, we must control our anger. Okay. Now I know that most of you feel that, yes, I need to control my anger, but somehow you're just not able to. Now, even I have been through that phase, okay? And so I am a short-tempered person, but I have mastered this act to stop getting angry on my kid all the time. So that's why I'm going to share these tips with you. The next point is to maintain your relationship with your child throughout your life. Now, just imagine the situation that you get angry on your child on every little thing. Guess what? Your child, when he grows up, he's really not going to care what you think or what your perspectives or what your choices or what your say are on different things. He's not even going to ask you. Why? Because he has seen you only in that anger mode. He has seen you getting angry. He will be scared to share things with you, and he might even end up lying with you in order to get the desired, like in order to stop making you angry. Now, if suppose your child is doing some mistake, if the child has done some mistake, probably your child will lie to you that it wasn't me, or I did my homework, or something of that sort. Because at every step you're getting angry on your child, and in the future he might not even consider you, right? And your relationship with him. Now that this is such a crucial thing which I always tell my clients and always tell every parent, that connection with your child is the utmost importance. Now, you would ask that why do we even give birth to our children? Why? Is it because to see them be successful? Yes, of course. Is it to make sure of everything? No. Is it for them to have all the facilities that we didn't get? Somewhat. But in the end, what really matters is your connection between you and your child, your connection with your child. That is what really, really matters. Okay, so keeping that thing in mind. And the last one is to be in control of your life, right? Now let's dive into top 10 tips how to control your anger. Now, the number one is taking care of yourself. Now, what does that mean? Taking care of yourself does not So what it means is you taking out some time for yourself. Now, if you are mentally, physically, and spiritually healthy, I think it won't be, I mean, you won't get angry on your kids every now and then. So, the first one, what you can do to take care of yourself is you can pursue a hobby. You can meditate if you like. Meditation is the best key. Now, that is also one point which I'm going to cover, but meditation really helps be peaceful, calm, and composed. The third is yoga. If you really like to have a physical exercise, yoga or gym, you can hit the gym. The next is having healthy foods, of course, and being mentally, physically, and spiritually healthy. Okay, so that means that once you are mentally, physically, and spiritually healthy, it won't even occur to you to get angry, right? The next is taking care of your environment. Now, taking care of environment means that taking care of your parenting team, the team which you which you have, like for example your in-laws, your spouse, your kids' caretakers. Take care of them. What I mean by take care of them is ask them if they need your help in anything, or get help if you need any help from them. Just don't expect. Have those clear conversations with your parenting team as to what is supposed to be done. And once you have that clear chat, clear conversations, it will open pathways of clear communication, and it will actually take the edge of you being angry or you being frustrated on your child, because you are being burdened or you are being burdened to spend so much with your kid and very less on other activities. So that is you will get burned out. So once you take care of your environment, I think your problems will curb to minimum. The next is, now let's look at it objectively. What is anger? Usually when we are angry, we tend to blame someone else for our anger. What we are saying, that I am not comfortable with this behavior of yours, so you need to change that behavior so that I could feel better. Now, this is what we convey when we are angry. Now, I know I have been angry so many times on my spouse, on my kids, and I know and I understand that this is something external, this is something internal, not external. So something has to change within. If we are thinking that others are in control of us, then that is something has to change from within. Okay. The next is, okay, now this is something which I usually tell psychologically what happens to our brain. So we all know anger is a defense mechanism. It is a defense mechanism over some perceived threat that we are perceiving. Okay. And at that time, what happens is our logical brain, which is prefrontal cortex, it's not actually active. It is not working. And which brain is active? It's the emotional brain, which is situated in the limbic system, named as amygdala. So amygdala is the emotional brain which is active, and it clearly does not let us think logically. And that's how we yell or we hit, or we have those anger streaks. And the best solution for it is to deep breathe. Now, when we deep breathe, what happens in the brain is our logical thinking part. So, okay, fine. Let me just quickly give you an example. So, this you might have seen this in my other videos, but this is the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logical brain, which is a logical brain, which is responsible for logical thinking, complex cognitive behavior, planning, judgment, and others. And this is the limbic system, which has amygdala in it. And when we are angry, so this logical part is not working, the amygdala is working. And when we start deep breathing, right, this calms down and our logical thinking brain activates. So that's what I mean by deep breathing. You need to deep breathe whenever you have those gush of anger coming inside you. You need to stop and start deep breathing. The next is take your kid into a hug. Now, I know that you're angry on your kid and you want to teach a lesson to your kid or something of that sort. But now let me tell you, kids are not capable of hurting you in such a magnitude that you get angry on them or you hit them or you yell at them. There is some external factor which is triggering your anger. Who is triggering is your child's behavior, no doubt. But there is something else that is going on in your mind which has triggered that anger. Now, by taking your kid into a hug, what exactly happens? Let's see that. Now, when you take someone into a hug, right, there is a hormone called oxytocin which is released. Now, oxytocin hormone is responsible for reducing stress and it boosts our mind. And when you do that, right, you are not yelling or you're not hurting your kid. You are actually telling them that I am angry, but you are my kid and I love you so much. Yeah, I'm angry on you because of the behavior, but I love you. I still love you. I love you no matter what and even if. Yeah. So this is a tip which I really love doing with my kid. Now she's 4 years old, and whenever she's crying or whenever she's throwing a tantrum, I would just take her and I would just give her a tight hug, and then she'll be eventually fine. Now, yeah, the next is it's not about others. Now, as I said, right, whenever we are angry, whenever we are frustrated, we tend to blame others. We tend to think that there is something outside us that needs to change. But it's not about others. It's about you and your thoughts that you are currently going through or currently thinking. Right? There is something which is going on in your mind which has triggered the anger, and somehow you lash out at your child because your child is the only person who is defenseless, who cannot answer back, or who cannot tell you that you're doing wrong, right? That is why we yell at our children, because they are defenseless. They are absolutely defenseless. Okay, coming to next is practice delayed response. Now, this is such a powerful technique. Whenever you have those gush of anger and you want to respond to someone, now what exactly happens? There are two responses that we get. One is instant response, which is coming from the right side of the brain, which I told is the emotional brain. And the second is the delayed response, which is the left side of the brain, which actually is given from the logical brain. So now when we have experienced something, I know that we get to, we want to answer back, or we want to give instant response. But if you practice this delayed response, right, after 10-15 minutes, even if the response that your left side of the brain is giving is delayed, but you'll be logically thinking, and you will be answering to that person. So this is a very important exercise that you can start doing whenever you have those gush of anger coming inside you. Just stop, wait for 5-10 minutes, maybe go outside, maybe change your environment at that moment. Just go outside, or just go to other room wherein you'll be peaceful, and then come out after 5-10 minutes, and then you can have the normal conversation, right? So that is one thing which you can do. Meditation is the best key. Meditation really helps you calm your brain, calm your mind. And that is the best key. If you can start meditation every single day without missing a day, then it'll eventually get out those negative feelings that you have within. Now, the second last is expect and accept that your child will push your buttons. Now, expecting and accepting that your child will be pushing your buttons, or will be making you angry, so you know already that this is going to happen. That will actually cause you to stop being angry. Or even if you're angry, you expected this to happen, and maybe you'll be logically thinking that, okay, fine, I don't need to respond to this particular thing, because I know this was going to happen. Okay, let me recover from this anger for 5-10 minutes, and then let me handle that situation. Okay, the last one is such a key. I mean, I cannot emphasize on it more. Now, most of the parents follow fear-based approach. They fear that their child be a failure. They fear that the child will not succeed in his life. They fear that if my child does not listen to me, he will get away with anything in life. The fear that if my child is not in control of me, or if he's not disciplined, he will do anything, whatever comes to his mind. Now, this is what we have been following since ages now. Since ages, and never has it worked. Now, this thought process, this mindset has to change. We have to come out of this fear-based approach into abundance-based approach. Now, what do I mean by abundance-based approach? Having the right kind of belief, having the right kind of thoughts, having the right kind of mindset. Now, if you have a mindset that whatever my child does, he's going to be successful in it, and I have that belief in my child, don't you think you will have that mindset shift? First, you need to work on your beliefs. Our beliefs are so internal. It's not on the surface level. Surface level, we can only watch and observe the behavior of a person. But a behavior is always attached to a belief. And if you change that belief, I think the behavior will also change. Okay? So we need to operate in abundance-based approach. Now what exactly happens is, so there are two vibration energies. Okay? So the low vibration energy brings us anger, resentment, frustrations. We think less of others. We do not respect others. We like to gossip about others. We are jealous of others' success. Now, this is when we are operating in low vibration energy. Now, when we bring that low vibration energy to high vibration energy, that's when we bring in empathy towards others, accepting others as they are, having peace of mind. In fact, if someone is being successful, being a part of their success journey. Now, this is what I mean by abundance-based approach. Now, when we follow or when we operate in high vibration energy, you will see that your beliefs about your children will be extraordinary. You will have a belief that my child is capable of doing anything and everything he gets his mind at. My child will be successful in anything what he does in his life, right? And my child is such a person. He's humble, he's respectful, he's resilient, he's independent. Now these kinds of beliefs we need to have first before even teaching those values to our children. If you have a belief that I need to teach my child to be responsible, but he's not being responsible, he does not know how to be responsible, now that is actually going to backfire on you, and the child is not going to be responsible. Now, if you have a positive belief, obviously positive outcomes will come. If you have negative beliefs, you will have negative outcomes. Now, this is what I mean by abundance-based approach. We need to have abundance-based approach in our parenting. Now, if these 10 tips really resonated with you, I would like for you to join my FB group and my Telegram group. I have given down the links for you. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end. And I'm sure if you follow these 10 tips and if you really get out your anger, you will have an amazing relationship with your child. And I am actually experiencing it. And I really wish that even you experience it. Thank you. Signing off, Apurva Tare Yadwadkar. I am a parenting coach and I have my webinars upcoming, but I will be updating them in the future videos whenever I'm ready with those webinars. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.